Comedian Sebastian Maniscalco takes his own brand of comedy to the big screen. About My Father is in theaters right now, and it features Robert De Niro as Sebastian's dad. Well, we had a chance to talk to him about film and family.
Family's a little handsy, huh?
It's called love and affection, Dad. Unlike you, when you met me in the delivery room, you chose to shake my hand.
What else was I supposed to do? We just met. Huh?
Sebastian, it's so awesome to be chatting with you. I don't know if you remember, but I've chatted with you before when you've done comedy tours, and it's so great to talk to you. I mean, you're a writer, and of course, how is this for you, making the transition from writing stand-up to writing a movie? What's that? What's that like?
Well, as far as the performance is concerned, when you do stand-up, you know right away from the audience reaction whether or not it's funny. And then when you do a movie, you have to kind of trust that the scene is kind of built in a way where you're going to get laughs because you don't hear anything on set. So that was the biggest obstacle for me, transitioning from live performance to film. But it's been a really great learning experience for me, and I think Robert De Niro and myself had some excellent chemistry in this movie. And people, I think, are going to resonate with the fact that it's a movie about family, and everybody's kind of got a crazy family, and it's about my story, about my relationship with my dad and my wife's side of the family, who comes from a better cut of cloth.
I love that. I think that's so nice to be able to be speaking about family, especially going into Memorial Day weekend, and then we have Father's Day coming up too. What was it like for you, Sebastian, having your dad on set? I mean, it must have been kind of a pride moment for both you and him, right?
Well, there was one moment when I was in the hair salon, when we were doing a scene in the hair salon, and my father is teaching De Niro how to do highlights.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm watching this thinking to myself, this is a guy, Robert De Niro, that I had posters on my wall from Casino to Goodfellas, what have you, and now, fast forward 2023, he's playing my father in a movie. It was a surreal moment for me, and even now, even when I watch the movie, and especially when I watch the movie and my dad is in the room, it's got to be crazy for him. He first saw the movie, he got really emotional and really enjoyed it. And my dad's a really tough critic, so if he didn't like the movie, he wouldn't have said anything. But as soon as it was over, he said that he really enjoyed it.
We've heard you're quite the stylist. Now tell me this: do you think I'm too old to pull off a set of frosted tips?
I have to ask too. Okay, so you were talking about this being such a big mirror of your wife's family as well, and your in-laws. I mean, what did your wife think of the film? There's always a little bit of tension with the in-laws, right?
Yeah, my in-laws have been extremely supportive the last 15 years. When I first met my wife, I was doing comedy clubs on a Thursday night in front of 45 people, so they've kind of seen the journey, and I often talk about them in my stand-up comedy, and they've been great sports. When I discuss things about my family, I'm not trying to be mean or malicious. It's kind of all in good fun, and I would never put anybody in a position where they would feel uncomfortable. So they've been really supportive. They came to the hometown screening in Chicago and had a blast with me. So yeah, there's not really the tension that you might think someone would have with their in-laws in my own relationship with them.
That's so great. I mean, you told me about you having posters of De Niro on your wall, and being able to work with him, of course, too, I'm sure was so awesome for you. What was it like for your dad, your family, your in-laws to be able to work with them? Were they really excited to meet him?
Yeah, anytime, he's a screen legend. He's 79 years old. He's been in so many great movies, and to have my family and friends meet him, take photos with him, it was a special moment, especially after the New York premiere. He actually came. I don't know where this guy gets the energy. This guy came to the premiere, then came to the after party. You know, he's 79 years old. I'm 49, I'm yawning. He's still going, so God bless.
Right, I'm 30 and I'm yawning, so I don't know how he's doing it either. That's so impressive. Well, to kind of wrap things up here, Sebastian, you know, being Italian is so much of who you are and of course who your family is, and you know, you talk about De Niro, and what's the best part of being Italian and being in a movie like this for you? I mean, I know a ton of Americans out there can relate.
Yeah, for me, being Italian, you know, it's always been about family. It's always been the relationships that I have with my mom, my sister, and my father. We're very tight. You know, I talk to my sister pretty much every day, and my father is a great source of advice, and my mom kind of like holds it all together. So yeah, for me to kind of give this movie to the masses, I just hope people walk away smiling and thinking about their family, maybe hanging out with their family a little bit more. Sometimes we take it for granted. I mean, my father's 77 years old, and we always think, oh, your parents are always going to be there. And I just want to let people know that don't have any regrets. You know, spend as much time as you can with them and make it quality time.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a great lesson. Well, Sebastian, thank you so much. We probably can't meet the pride that your dad has for you, but us here in Denver having been seeing you on the stage here at Comedy Works so many times and all of that, we are so proud of where you are now, and we all can't wait to see the film. So congratulations, and thank you so much again.
Well, thank you for having me on. By the way, Comedy Works is one of the best comedy clubs in the country.
Oh,
don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise.
Yes, thank you for the shout out. We'll make sure to let them know. Thanks, Sebastian.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, thanks for the shout out to Comedy Works, Sebastian. We'll get in a few laughs this weekend and take your dad to see About My Father in theaters right now.